Phemax's inertial propulsion and electrical generation system. Phemax technologies, have developed what they describe as their sustainable transportation system, which is based on their inertial propulsion generation wheel, which uses what they call 3D coaxial hybrid induction, CHI, in which coaxial refers to their combined radial axial technique where drive is provided by a radial pulsed magnet system and power extraction is achieved using an axially orientated magnet coil system. Taiwan inventor, Tajin, David, Chi, says that his company, Phemax Technologies Incorporated, will be demonstrating their technology in September 2010 at an expo, after which they will allow interested and qualified parties to come to their premises for licensing discussions. Their device can take the place of the battery component of an electric vehicle, or it can be used to supplement and recharge a battery bank in the vehicle. At the September exhibition, they will allow visitors to ride their 2 kilowatt test car. David intends to put their test data on the internet. With a rotational input of 1 Newton-meter at 500 RPM, a single inertial propulsion generation wheel can produce 1 kilowatt of axial generative power. David also said that a 150W output from his motor actually produces between 180 and 200 watts of mechanical output, while a 1500W output produces a mechanical output of 1800 to 2000 watts, 96 volts at 20 amps, as measured by a wattmeter, speed meter, torque meter, and oscilloscopes. He says that these measurements were made by Michael Su, Vice President and Chief Technology Officer. Ceramic-based and carbon-based ultracapacitors are used to return some of the output power to the input in order to keep the machine running continuously without the need for a power supply when the engine is running and providing its output. When driving a vehicle powered by this device, the mechanical driving torque is provided via a continuously variable transmission. At this time, Phemax Technologies, have a 150 watt and a 2 kilowatt prototype which they plan to demonstrate in September 2010. He says that they generally run these prototypes for 8 hours each day in their lab. The central principle of the Phemax Technologies Incorporated process is what they call CORAXIA, which stands for Combined Radial Axial Hybrid Induction, abbreviated to CHI, which is David's surname. They also call this the 3D coaxial hybrid induction system. They state that their electromagnetic 3D arrangement enables the wheel to have both radial flux propulsion and axial flux generation with just a single rotor and 2 separate stators. As the radial electric drive rotates, the mechanical energy due to the inertia of the wheel and the ground power transmission mechanism enables the wheels of a vehicle to generate electricity as they rotate. There are 2 videos showing the device generating electricity, located here. www.youtube.com. Another application is where the electrical output from the device is being used to produce a hydrogen/oxygen gas mix from water using an underwater plasma arc. David says he is self-taught in this area. He has 3 patents, Taiwan patent M352472, M372891 and M382655, which are not in English. From his search of the patent index, the internet and YouTube, David said he has not yet seen a patent or experimental setup similar to what they have developed. This motor/generator is unusual in that it uses pulsed rotor drive on magnets mounted on the circumference of the rotor, and simultaneously, it picks up electrical energy from a coil/magnet arrangement mounted on the side faces of the rotor as shown here. The basic drive/generator unit can be replicated on a single shaft to give increased power, still without increased frictional losses between the drive and the power generation. It is unusual to see this technique used as it can be difficult to avoid interaction between the different magnetic fields. However, David has been entirely successful in doing this, and the arrangement has no transmission losses between the drive motor and the generator, as these are integral components of the system. This system is capable of driving a self-powered air conditioning unit, and a 5 kilowatt proof of concept prototype is shown here. This device is also capable of driving electric lighting, and with a 5 kilowatt output self-powered output, it can power most household needs. A typical washing machine has a 2.25 kilowatt maximum electrical draw, as does The average tumble dryer. Most fan heaters are 3 kilowatts or less when on full output. If a wind power generator is already in place, then using the mechanical power of the generator to spin the axle of one of these chi generators results in a very high power electricity generation system. Contact, Tajan, David, Chi, Taiwan. Email, chitagen@gmail.com. Inquiries to, Phemax Technologies Incorporated, Michelle Chen, Manager of Marketing and Business Development. Tel, 886, 2, 2371, 5622. Email, michelle@phemax.com.